Welcome back to the final day of DreamHack Open here live from Stockholm. We have 8 players finally after this 2-day tournament. We've seen some tears, as In Control said earlier, but we've seen some valiant performances so far to land with top 8. We have money that these players have picked up. We have WCS points these players have picked up. But now it's time for the top 8, where the winner competes at DreamHack Winter and, of course, marches closer and closer towards the grand finals. Boys, Patience versus soO. 4GG versus MMA. Hero, Sakshri, Jadong versus Solar.
I thought Terran was supposed to be broken in winning this.
Well done, host. Well done. Well, I guess we can
game.
Oh my god. Zergs are doing good.
Zergs are doing very good.
Solar,
this is a great
Jadong,
tournament.
Yeah.
soO.
They're doing great.
Doing
3 of the top 8.
fantastic.
Well. I think they should have gone further with that Widowmine patch, the more I think about it. Have them explode up, and then the keyboards shut down. They like EMP the Zerg keyboard. Sick.
Wow.
Out of game, Psycho Mana stuff going on.
A fantastic top 8 that we have. But, I mean, we can talk about the other series as we go along, because we do need to jump into this first one quite fast here, as that game did draw out. So minimal downtime here, Moonglaze.
Right.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Patience versus soO. David versus Goliath here.
Yes.
Surely.
Yes.
soO is a favorite to go the distance here. He's a favorite
To the grand
for the
finals.
tournament.
To the win. Yep.
To the win.
To the win.
Jeff,
Yeah.
probability on soO losing this. Patience
15%.
winning. Yeah?
15. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a little bit of caster in me, too. It's like more like 12, actually, but I'm going to bump up to
Okay.
15.
Yeah, respect.
Patience says he's caused upsets multiple times before in many different tournaments. It's his
Actually,
fourth
everyone
top
he
8
beats
this
is an
year.
upset, basically. He's underrated by everybody.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Patience against so-and-so, probably going to lose, and then he just kind of wins. If you ever get a chance to watch Patience stream, by the way, he has some of the most gorgeous and fluid mechanics. It's really fun to watch.
Well, let's see if he can actually tackle soO, because the game is ready for you guys at home. In Control, Moonglade are going to be the 2 commentators of this one. Take it away, my friends.
The hurt on Nathanius' face when he announces that. My God. We'll get him out here, guys. Don't you worry. He is actually a caster gnome. He basically lives under the caster desk, and then when you say his name 3 times, he takes your socks. Really excited about this match. I know, again, on paper, it's, as Apollo very, very aptly said, David versus Goliath. I don't think that's too far off the mark. But we've seen crazier things.
We have indeed, and yeah, I'm not too surprised. It is. I mean, looking at it, soO definitely the favorite going into this.
Sure.
Another very comfortable match for him. But in the bottom left, we do have the Protoss player, the challenger, the underdog. It is Patience.
And his opponent, on the top right-hand side, soon to be vying for his first GSL champion in his 4th attempt. Many people call him the best Zerg on the planet. It is SKT1's soO. And I really wanted to see soO get interviewed by soO.
Yeah, well, I
Just
think it's
for
still
that.
going to happen, to be honest.
Yeah.
If he can get past this best of 3, he'll be in a great position to get interviewed by soO.
Probably.
Fingers crossed here.
Oh, yeah, we got a great stage show for you guys. Actually, Seltzer is going to join in there and help manage that stage. Fantastic talent. Also, of course, Smix, who has become a DreamHack consummate. She is phenomenal translator and interviewer and host. If you guys missed it, check the VOD yesterday. My particular favorite was when she went over to the Wunsch brothers, the Dario and his big one, the brother.
Yeah.
Asked about his training habits.
Yeah,
Really revealing.
that was a bit of surprise In Control.
A little bit of a,
Yeah, I was a bit taken back, but you know what? Each
Yeah.
their own. It happens.
He's a very progressive German. I knew that.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
If you follow his Twitter, he always talks about, space and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
soO kind of getting bullied by these pros. Delayed the Nexus for some time, but not getting that hatchery down as every Zerg's dream is.
Yeah.
But I mean, he got the scout off. He's going to go for those 2 hatchery before pool.
Interesting.
So, very nice,
And-
greedy opening from soO, as expected.
Oh, he does it with great intel. This drone over here delayed the Nexus a little, as much as it could, actually. It was down to 4 health, and he pulled it back with excellent control. But goes in and sees it's a gateway follow-up, so he knows there's no cannon rush. There's no threat coming at all. So 3 hatch before pool is as good as it gets for what the doctor ordered. He's even squeezing out a few drones.
Yeah.
This is an 18 supply spawning pool. Like
As
that's
greedy
as
as you
far
get.
as you, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. Unless you're going to do an
Has
extractor
there been a
trade.
4 hatch before pool?
Maybe.
That's not cats, by the way. We have to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think there actually has ever been, because I think you'd actually die from,
Yeah.
like, the first salad or something. It would just kill you.
Moonglade, as a... Actually, I started this. Did you not play Brood War? You were a Warcraft 3 guy, weren't you?
I got to B- in Brood War.
Okay, so enough. Did you play Zerg?
Yeah.
Do you remember the funny Lost Temple matchups where both Zergs scout each other? We don't have queens, we don't have anti-air. And you literally made like double Evo, 3-hatch, sometimes 4-hatch before spawning pool?
Yes, actually, I do remember
Because
this.
the guy that made it first was just a little bit behind.
Exactly.
So nobody would do it.
Yeah, it was actually silly how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Those were the days, man.
Those were the days of greed. True
Good
greed.
old Brood War time. Now, look, this Robo at the wall-in, cool, right? I don't like it. It's being stared at by soO. And you and I, we worked on this. We talked about it. Like,
yeah, that's actually a good point. But I mean, you know what? Even if you scout it, you still can make it work, especially if it isn't a
yes,
model
of
in.
course.
I think it has to be
I
an
just don't think you need
this
to.
early. Yeah.
I mean, here's what he figures. So in his defense, this is what Patience would say. First, he'd say, in control, you're remarkably handsome. Moonglade, you're a great caster.
Thank
but
you.
then he would move beyond that to say, look, he sees there's no gas here. What? You put a forge, another gateway there. He sees that none of those are really spinning with activity. He probably, a player of soO's caliber, infers that something like this is coming. Those are the considerations you make. To me, that's all defensive remarks. I would still look at this and say, yeah, but put it somewhere at the ramp.
Yeah.
Let him have a chance at not knowing this is coming.
Yeah, I mean, hiding every bit of information you can is always a huge advantage because this game is based on information, especially for a Zerg player, because Zerg's whole ideal is you have to react to what you see. So if you don't see anything, you don't know what you're reacting to.
Right.
And this has a much better chance of doing some unexpected damage because maybe soO is going too aggressive, too greedy.
And Patience is trying to mislead him a little bit. See the gas taken by the Overlord? That's on purpose. It's not... He takes it there to say, hey, I probably have 4 gases, right? Well, lo and behold, he's not. He's going to have 3 Immortals, 6 Sentries, and he's going to push out with 7 or 8 gates.
Yeah, I mean, he, at the very least, he knows it's already an Immortal, and so he's like, oh, okay. So, you know, regardless of what the gas is, he knows he's going to have to get a lot of roaches, a lot of lings out, get some good creep sped to that 3rd base, and pass that 3rd base, and he's just going to have to go for that really great positioning, and he's going to have to deal with it the way every Zerg deals with an Immortal. And
look, guys, here's what happens. If this works anyways, that's when you hop on Twitter. You get at David Kim. You say, look, David, appreciate everything you've done. But now I'm going to say some mean things to you. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. He's a great guy.
He's a great guy.
If this works despite being scouted, there is something to be said for that. And we saw that. It was what was the matchup we saw where the Protoss broadcasted this and just did it anyways?
Bit of lag there. We did see... Who was it again?
Was that... It was Hyun. It was done to Hyun.
It was done to Hyun. Yeah, I remember that now.
Who killed him? Hero? It was Hero. Hero Hyun.
Yeah.
Practice, we should not hug when we're on camera. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so
come on, man.
try to keep it
Waiting for Enders to leave the game, but yeah. I mean, it happened right under his nose. Was it the same map? I think it might have been. Maybe.
One of them was merry-go-round. That was the one of the Warp Prism went all the way up to the ramp.
That's it. Merry-go-round. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, that did surprising damage in a different way because the Warp Prism found a lot of queens, really stifled the production of Hyun.
It's more of a control thing.
This game, it's more going to be balls to the walls, all in. It's just going to come straight up the middle.
Yep.
It's going to be up to soO to have enough units to kind of deal with it. He's got link speed on the way already, making a lot of overlords, obviously going into that production.
No Roach Warren. Oh, no, there was a Roach Warren.
I did finish.
It's not making it.
Finish very recently.
And it's Warp Prism instead of 3rd Immortal, so this has me thinking he might just load up the Warp Prism, go into the main, and start warping in there, which is actually interesting with 3 gases.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going for a timing of it, and I mean, he's going to have a lot of survivability on these Immortals because of that Warp Prism.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Do you remember that build where you had 1 gas, 2 Immortals, Warp Prism, and then you warped in Zealots with your 2 Immortals?
Yeah.
Did you see that as much? I don't know why that went away. That was always scary as crap.
Yeah, it is scary, for sure. Yeah,
I know Mana did that for a while, as some other Zergs too.
Yeah,
or Protoss, rather. Okay, it's going up here. These are slow roaches. They're going to be slow lings, too, so this is hitting a really good time. Only the 1 queen right now.
But I think soO has identified this enough. He's very experienced, so he's like, okay, it's this kind of attack here, so I'm going to try and do as much damage as I can with these Immortals. At the same time, soO, he's still macroing here. He's still making drones. He's got an extra gas on that 3rd base. He's still being very, very smart about this, not investing too much in defense, which is exactly what Patience is banking on.
Well, don't discount this just yet. More Immortals coming out. He sniped an Overlord that was actually over there at the 3rd. Whether or not he was looking to take the 3rd or not. Okay, this is weird. Whoa. Misclick Central there. The Immortals are like, you know what? Don't need the Warp Prism. We're out of here.
We're going home.
Does clean it up, though, picks it up. He's just trying to buy time, I feel. And this Zergling from soO at the third is so great.
It says
if he doesn't
everything.
see a third, he knows just to keep making units. There's no macro behind this. Hydra's Den's about to finish.
And that's going to be a huge part of this.
He just has to defend. That's
All
what
he has to do is defend, and he's getting rid of creep, actually. Very smart by Patience, getting rid of Tomb as he can. So he's in a good position as the music goes crazy.
It's getting intense. I don't know
as
if you
the
guys can hear
bass
that
drops. But,
Oh,
yeah, I mean, if he can get enough Hydras out, if he can get this Hydra range to finish in time, he should be able to deflect this almost flawlessly.
Yeah. Because at some point, if you look, it's going to be Mega 2 base. It's like 5 Immortals, Infinity Sentries, but with that Hydra range upgrade, they're firing over the force fields of the otherwise low range, you know, Zealots and Sentries, and they're picking this down.
Wow, look how many Zerglings he has too. That is insane.
He is coming right now, though, and it will at least begin pre-range. So if Patience is going to do some work, he's got to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Range, past halfway finish now. Yeah, that's a lot of Immortals, actually. Immortals can do pretty well in this kind of army composition, but it's all going to come down to the force fields more than anything else.
He's going to go for the...
He's going to go for the ramp.
Well, yeah.
That is
super annoying ramp trick.
Oh, I hate that. Hate that so much. And
Sixth Immortal waddling its way out there. There is no pylon here, though. I think that's a bit of a mistake. He needs to have that ability to warp in as well.
And here we go. The ramp's going to get force filled here, and
There's
we
a
can
macro
actually
hatch,
see.
though. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, and this is a bad situation here.
I don't know. I'm okay with this for soO. He pulls the drones immediately.
If he can get enough Hydras out in the main, I mean, then we're going to see a big warping of Zealots.
He's focusing down. He's not focusing on the Warp Prism right now, actually. I think that's a bit of a mistake. Great control so far from our Protoss. The tide's up, though, and here they come. One sentry dies. Warp Prism on low health, it will back away, so it's not completely over for Patience. But yeah, with the macro hatch in the main and soO pulling all the drones, there just simply wasn't enough DPS to really capitalize there.
Yeah.
We're going to have that big fight, though, right now. Force fields go down, parsing off all the range damage. The Zerglings come down, but the Immortals are in the front. The shields are getting peeled off almost immediately. Mothership Core just now dies. And Patience is having a tough time. He's ran out of force fields, but he's got a lot of Protoss here in the corner. The Zerglings have actually died. Can the Immortals do enough damage here? It looks like the answer might be no.
No, they're getting wiped up. I mean, just not enough there. They took so much damage just from the Zerglings, and these Hydras are cleaning everything up here. Patience, you had a window there. I think he really had to make something happen in the main base, and GG. Yeah. Very, very solid defense from soO.
I think if he gets in there, force fields, and immediately warps in like 7 or 8 Zealots instead of that pause that kind of
there was a bit of a delay there.
Then we're looking at a very successful, because actually the money lined up interesting. He had the macro hatch in there, but he didn't have money for like 10 Hydras to be made all of a sudden.
It was kind of weird because he warped in a round of Stalkers while he was moving into the main base, which is why he didn't have that warp in straight away. So a little bit of a misplay there from Patience,
Just the force field and the ramp and then 4 sentries are not going to do much.
It's not going to do anything. It's actually not going to do anything. So, yeah, a little bit of a misplay there. He could have just maybe claimed the main, which would have essentially put him in a game-winning position. You
can't make mistakes against a player like soO. You got to, that has to be like executed perfectly, which Patience, I wouldn't necessarily always executes perfectly, but he's usually an executing Protoss. Like, that's kind of where his forte is.
Yeah.
That's why I would see a build like this. You were pointing out he was killing creep. He didn't do devastating damage with the Immortals, but he occupied the attention, he hampered the mobility, and then that push comes out. He does warp in 7 or 8 Zealots there. He does force field the ramp forever. If the drones are pulled, all of a sudden soO's on 2 mining bases, which is also what our Protoss player is on, and that fight might be a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, the Protoss is only going to get more cost efficient as more sentries are added. I mean, he could have even gone into Colossi from there, because there's no way the Zerg is going to go for a tech switch on 2 base if he happened to get rid of that main base. Right. So, I mean, a lot of options open up if he just kills a base, but he couldn't. He just couldn't.
He just couldn't. Yeah. So soO defends the all-in, and I'll tell you what, I've watched. I've watched enough Patience games to tell you. There's a really good chance that here on Merry-Go-Round we'll actually probably see something very similar.
Well, it is Merry-Go-Round.
Not a 3-base Protoss kind of guy.
No, and it's not a 3-base Protoss kind of map either.
No.
Merry-Go-Round is very, very forces the Protoss to be very, very aggressive because that 3rd base is so exposed.
Yeah.
So,
and that's, we talked about this yesterday. It's kind of interesting because part of the reason why this is not a great map for Protoss is not necessarily because it's not great for 3rd bases. It's because that adjusts the mindset where the Protoss knows that, the Zerg knows that, and we all know that. So soO's got to look at this and say, well, I'm going to do pretty much exactly the same thing. I'm going to defend the cannon rush, make sure I'm going to make sure I'm not being cannon rush, I guess. Go 3 before pool if I can. Maybe there's a pool in there.
Maybe.
And then it's going to be a bunch of roaches and lings into Hydras.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Patience. It's going to be very interesting to see what he's got planned for this map because he does seem like he does like his 2 base timings, and this map definitely encourages such a thing.
You could say it even pigeonholes you in there, but we are in the game, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just now joining us, we are in the round of 8. Is this 16? No.
It is the round of 8.
We're in the round of 8 now.
Round of 8, man.
We just kind of teleported there. We did one match, Jaedong versus Classic, to round out the round of 16. That's why I'm a little bit thrown off. And here we are. We're in the round of 8. Normally the show starts now, but there's so many great tournaments going on at DreamHack Stockholm Open. There's World of Warcraft here. There is Hearthstone here. And there was CSGO here a couple days ago. Everyone vying, and well, not everyone actually. CSGO was his own independent tournament, but everybody else is trying to road to BlizzCon. Is the big story here.
Absolutely.
All right, let's introduce these players. In the top left-hand side, let's call it 9 o'clock, is our Protoss player. Hailing from Alien Invasion, it is Patience.
I'm going to say that's 9:30.
Okay, yeah.
All right. All right.
I think that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock here. The Zerg, who is actually up a game, despite what it says on your screen. It is
wow.
soO. There we go. Thank you,
Such
production.
biased production crew.
They
Protoss
wish
doesn't
you
always
lost the game.
win. Okay. Actually,
They just assumed. They're like, oh, you know.
they're having a tough time here. We've been just doing bam bam action here, but I didn't see the other results. I know we had Hero down there battling. He's a very good Protoss. But we're down to Classic. Patience, who did top Jack G, which is a really nice result. The round of 16.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's in trouble. soO's up 1-0 here. He's in a lot of trouble, for God's sakes.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble.
You got
I
a
mean,
2-0 soO now.
you're down a game against soO, and your map is merry-go-round.
Yeah.
You're not having a good day. We did see that early drone scout from soO as well, so he wants to go for that double hatch before pool.
Here's the thing, though. Okay, so let's I'm gonna talk up Patience a little bit.
Go on.
If you were to have okay positions on merry-go-round, if you're a robo-centric Protoss, having the main, kind of the soft underbelly exposed to you is the better place to be, because if you're going to go for that, you know, warp in and sentry tactic, you want this side of the map as opposed
That
to
is true.
being at, well, no, 6 o'clock's fine too, but I guess, anyways, he's in good positions.
He's in good position. I like that a lot. And we saw a very early 2 gas from Patience here. So I kind of feel like we're going to see some early tech aggression from him.
This probe's not even...
He's not even making a
Get outta
nexus.
here.
And soO's
I
like,
don't
what is going on here?
What are next eye? I don't need that.
You don't, he's going to scout everything. He's going to see, he's like, oh, okay, you got 2 gases early, you got a very fast cyber. I'm obviously going to have to worry about something. What is it going to be?
2 probes in each gas. I think it's just fast mothership core, I guess. But there definitely could be a Stargate. It could get weird.
Yeah, it's usually you see a Nexus a little bit earlier. Maybe he's just a little bit worried.
Yeah, okay, the drone's not even worried about it. It's like, I would be annoying, but I'm not gonna.
Don't need to be. And we did see actually the pool go down for soO before that 3rd hatchery because he didn't get to scout, drone scout Patience right off the bat, so he wasn't entirely sure what it was going to be.
And gas. I mean, he's lined up to be, this is what you want as a Zerg. You want speed. You don't want that 3rd hatch just yet.
On this map, for sure. Because you want that map control. You can be very, very aggressive early on.
Yeah.
Completely deny that 3rd base for the longest time with Speedlings.
So far, no tech from our Protoss player. Here's just a sentry. So this is all, 3 probes in each gas now. Mothership core out. And he should just wall in that natural area. What I really like about this is, I've been harping on this quite a bit, but I really like it. It's very in the meta right now for Protoss. They go this kind of opening, 3 or 4 gates, and then they move out with 4 or 5 sentries in the Mothership core. And they just force out inconvenient leans from the Zergs that would otherwise like to just power up the 60, 70 drones.
Yeah.
And if they don't respect that move out, if they don't see it coming, it is enough to cancel a 3rd, go for the natural, and perhaps win a game.
Yeah, absolutely. I really do like those timings.
Stargate. I'm wrong anyways.
So I think we're going to see another Oracle.
Yeah.
And I like this. I actually like this a lot because of how soO has gone on 2 base, gone for that fast Speedling. Obviously, Speedling is going to be the name of the game when it comes to denying the 3rd base, being aggressive, taking map control. So you want an Oracle there to wipe out the Zerglings as best as possible when you are defending that 3rd
do you think
base.
he could go for a 3rd, I suppose.
I feel like he will because it's going to be 3 gateways.
That's the ultimate Patience cheese. It's just like, I'm going to macro on you. You didn't see that coming, did you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, macro on merry-go-round? Come on, man.
Yeah. That's what he would not expect.
That is the last thing anyone is expecting.
That's why if I ever commit a crime, I will hide at the police station. They'll never expect me there.
That is brilliant.
It's great advice.
Yeah,
I would be an amazing mastermind of crime.
I'm going to remember that one.
Double gas to the natural pretty quick here as well. You'll notice he's just now hitting 10
Busted.
supply saturation.
Straight to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it is scouted immediately by soO, because that's just what soO does. He just knows things.
Damn, I didn't get that Oracle call. But oh well. Maybe he's going Phoenix because the Overlord scouted it instantly. That's what I like to
Ooh,
think.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe,
you were
but I
going to
don't
be
know.
right. You're probably going to be right.
I'm just pretending to be right now.
Generally, the caster masters as follows. Nathaniel is always wrong and usually not funny. You are charming and usually right. And then Apollo is now a host because he's a failed caster. So it's just, he's been moved on. We were thinking about observing, but nah.
Yeah, he just doesn't pay enough.
No, it just... So it is continuous. Phoenix coming out here. No robo just hit. Ooh, and +1 air attack being upgraded on the cybernetics core.
Interesting.
Well.
This is interesting.
Based on that, I think he's going to make more Stargate units.
Yeah. That is a good call. I wonder if he's going to go into Void Ray eventually after these Phoenix aggressions.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, it's such an interesting style. Like, air upgrade this early?
I don't know. I really don't.
I haven't seen this before. I'm not going to lie to you in Control. I have not seen this before in this way.
And now look at this too.
Unless it is going to be Void Ray, then I have probably seen it
Look
before.
where he's warping in Zealots. Is that weird? That seems pretty weird to me. Gets the Zerglings here, which is nice, by the way. Kind of denies
Very
information.
nice. Yeah.
But I want to say he's secretly warping in Zealots.
Okay.
And then what he's going to do is have a bunch of +1 Phoenix.
So he's going to go for... But usually you want the +1 on the Zealots.
Zealots have to show up because there's actually too many Zerglings
wow.
here. They get through the sentries.
Forcing out the...
soO is going to bust in here. He's not going to see much. He's going to... I mean, he's just going to do some damage to
Things are
Harvest.
going from bad to worse here. I mean, this should just not happen. It's such unusual for it to happen. Like, sentries get bullied like this from just zones on the front door here. But
it's because he went for the trap. Like, we were like, oh, nice, he got all the Zerglings. But then there's actually just more Zerglings behind it. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, had to force... He slowed everything down, and he showed everything that Patience had planned. So, I mean, the Zealots had to go home.
Why are they +1 Phoenix?
Why? You know what?
Why?
You know what? I kind of understand what he's going for. He was going to go for a mass Zealot, like, surprise on the third base, and use the Phoenix to wipe out any roaches, any queens, kind of get anything that would actually hinder the Zealots. But I feel like you're going to need +1 Zealots as well because they need to kill Zerglings very efficiently.
Yeah, there's no force.
It's very, very weird style, but I appreciate the innovation. You know
in the late 90s, everyone forgot about Dre, and here we are in the early 2000s, and Patience forgot about the ground units.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's a hip-hop reference.
I got it.
I know you didn't read Brian Jacques, but did you listen to Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, perhaps?
Yeah, man.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, Tupac Shakur.
Snoop Dogg, yeah.
Okay, Big E, did you listen to him?
No.
These are some of my homies.
No.
No?
No. What's that other one? There's another group that I...
Nirvana?
No. Rap group.
Spice Girls.
That might have been it actually in Control. You know what? Posh Spice was pretty hot back in the day.
Dude, Bone Thugs and Harmony, See You at the Crossroads. If that doesn't get a single tear out of your right cheek, I don't know what will.
All right, I'll check it out. Check it out for sure. But Patience having a horrible time here.
He's really weird. He's got a Robo Bay behind us. There's a Forge at
There's
11.
a Forge, and he's like, you know what? There's a lot of Zerglings. I should probably get +1 on my Zealots.
Spire, BT Dubs, that's for Corruptors. It's going to be really weird. It's going to be Ling Corruptor. I've seen this from people.
Yeah. Yeah,
Swedish
you're right.
McDonald's!
Very nicely done.
You don't care.
I'm loving this.
You're
I'm actually
oh
very
my
excited.
God, you do?